Everyone, welcome to the second edition of our interviews for our directors this year for FLCS. I'm your Undersecretary General of Public Relations. My name is Danielle Villar, and with me today is Olin Calvin. He is directing the Council of Emperor Justinian. So how are you today, Olin?
I'm doing pretty well.
That's good. So why don't you tell me a little bit about your committee this year?
Alright, well basically my committee, it focuses on a very important transition time. Justinian oversaw the transition from the Western Roman Empire had just fallen and he was emperor of the Eastern Roman Empire, and he essentially sought to conquer the western half of the empire that had fallen to barbarians. And some say he succeeded, some say he didn't, but the point is that a lot of historians regard him as the last true Roman emperor because of what he did.
Okay, cool. So what would you say inspired you to pick this committee idea?
Well, definitely a lot of Age of Empires too. A lot of just reading about the Roman Empire and then the subsequent Byzantine Empire and the Ottoman Empire that followed after. And also the huge significance he played in overseeing the true establishment of Christianity as the Roman Empire. He was perhaps one of the most significant figures in establishing a Christian church after Emperor Constantine.
Okay, so Olin, you've directed in the past before, correct?
That's correct.
So what would you say is something you're going to do a little bit differently this year than in years past?
The biggest thing is that I get to be Emperor Justinian. I will be essentially a presence in committee that is saying what needs to get done, I want things to be done and I want the committee to figure out how to make things happen. Because ultimately, this council is meant to be an advisory body. At the same time, there are a lot of generals in committee that can take their own actions. But ultimately, their goal is service to the emperor and the empire above all else.
Okay, and what would you say you are looking forward to the most?
I'm honestly looking forward to seeing what kind of innovative things the committee comes up with, whether they make the empire collapse in on itself or they bring it back to former glory. I mean, there's all kinds of crazy stuff that, in 500 AD they didn't really have any idea about, but looking back, I'm excited to see what the delegates can come up with.
That's cool. And do you have any advice for them?
Read the background guide. Definitely read the background guide. And honestly, if you enjoy reading about Roman history, reading anything about the years leading up to, I believe the committee starts in 527 AD, the first year of Justinian's reign. So reading about the history leading up to that, reading about the kind of forces that were in play, but most of all, read the background guide.
Alright, cool. So just to end this off, fun question. If you could witness any event in history, past, present, or even something that could come up in the future, what would it be?
Oh man, if I could witness anything? Personally, I'd probably have to say witnessing that's a tough one. I guess off the top of my head, going with the Roman theme, I'd like to witness the assassination of Julius Caesar.
Okay, that's cool. Alright, well...
Don't get any ideas, delegates.
Alright, well, Olin, that's all the time that we have for today, but thank you so much for joining me today, and thank you for everyone who watched this. Please go like us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I'll post all that information down below on the bio, and I'll also be posting information about upcoming interviews on our blog. So thank you so much.